Here at Caddo Lake State Park. Just got everything set up. Just finished eating. I figured I would finish eating first before going on camera because I feel like I'm always eating lately when I'm talking to y'all. I talked to the lady at the check-in and I was like, Jill, is there a lot of people here? And she was like, no, we're half full. That's kind of what we still need to keep it right now during COVID. And I had commented, I was like, that confuses a lot of people. So if you don't know, I see a lot of comments that are like, why do people not show up? Everything's reserved. Well, the thing is they put the reserve marker on the campsite, but no one's actually showing up there. And so if you're kind of at a campsite here at one of the Texas state parks and you see that it's reserved and no one ever shows up, it probably means that it's one that's blocked out. As far as questions about campsites next to each other, just kind of looking around, there's no one to my right, and the next person is 2 campsites over to me. So I'm right next to the water here at Caddo Lake State Park, and the sun's about to go down. I'm gonna try to go look at the water. I'm here for 3 days, 1 full day and 2 nights. So this will be a little bit more about the park in general and then a little bit of the trails. There isn't really a huge trail system here. So yeah, stay tuned. Right now I'm on the bayou just outside of the campsite. This bayou leads into Caddo Lake proper, but this is the main area that offers the paddling trails. And at the time of the recording, the state park isn't doing canoe rentals or kayak rentals, but there are a lot of places in the area that do offer that. I just happen to have one that I borrowed from the owner of Owell's Adventure Co. He let me borrow his kayak, and I probably have way too much gear in it for 1 day, but let's just hope I don't fall in. Back here at my campsite, did some fishing just a little bit ago. So the weather has been saying that there's supposed to be rain all afternoon, but with each hour it keeps delaying the rain in the day. So I've been kind of cautious as far as leaving the campsite because I don't want to be far away. I mean, there aren't that many trails here, but I don't want to be too far away from the campsite if it's going to start raining. I did kind of put some stuff away in my car strategically so it wouldn't just be left out, but like all my clothes and stuff are still in my tent. So that being said, it is super humid, and I think because of just the weather, everything that's going on in the weather. So that's also been a little bit tricky because with the humidity and all the water that's here, there's also a ton of mosquitoes, which I knew was going to be here, but even with the bug spray, there's still, I'm just looking at all the bugs on my feet, there's still a lot of mosquitoes, and there's also a ton of daddy long legs at this place, which my daughter would not really love because they're just on the ground. Just if you stare in one spot long enough, you can see them walking. There is a restroom here at the campsite that I'm at, but it's just a toilet and a urinal. The one with the showers is at a different campsite, not too far away. This isn't really that big of a park. Obviously the draw here is the water, but like the trail system here isn't very big, but there is a national wildlife refuge pretty much right across the street, so we'll see. I don't know if I'm going to do that so much yet. Just again trying to kind of keep an eye on the weather, so I'm just going to keep exploring the park and see what else we can find. (1934 and 35), CCC Company 857 built this pavilion here at Caddo Lake State Park. All of their structures are meant to blend into the natural landscape, which this one does. There are 2 additional trails here, but just looking around this one, I just saw the loblolly pine, which if you watch my bass drop video, no, those are the lost pines that showed up in central Texas, so pretty cool to see them kind of in their original habitat. But besides my fishing tools slamming against my backpack, this little mixture of pine trees and oak trees and whatnot on the Caddo Forest Trail is really coming alive. If you just stop for a second, you can hear all kinds of wildlife, birds, squirrels, the trees just talking to each other, so pretty cool. At a lot of the CCC parks, you do see kind of random structures throughout, because a lot of the parks used to designate different areas for people to visit. So in places like Bastrop and Bisher and now Caddo Lake State Park, you can see some of the CCC stonework that is in areas that really isn't used anymore, but it's still pretty cool because it's built so well and it's still there. Right now I'm doing the Caddo Forest Trail. Caddo Forest Trail is in a couple different parts. It's all less than a mile, but one of the parts is ADA accessible, so it's pretty flat. There are a ton of bridges that kind of meander through the trail in this part of the park that go over a bunch of the little creeks and things that you'll see throughout this part. Really pretty, lots of trees. Pretty humid right now too, so I'm not really putting in that much effort since I'm not going anywhere today. I don't have to go home at the end of my day, so I'm just kind of enjoying the view and watching out for snakes. Remember in that movie Return to Oz, when they went back to Oz and the yellow brick road was all in pieces and there was just pieces of brick everywhere? I'm on the Pine Ridge Loop Trail, and there's all these like painted yellow stones on the trail, and it reminds me of that. A little bit different trail. This one has some incline and a little bit more rugged, so just wear some comfortable shoes. There isn't as smooth as a path on the other trail that we were just on, so keep that in mind. It pretty much dropped about 20 degrees overnight. I had been kind of agonizing over the weather anyways, just because I knew it was going to get a little bit cold, but I didn't know that the front was going to be so dramatic. So I'm super glad that I brought this extra sleeping bag. It's a flannel lined sleeping bag that really helped. And I had some kind of sweatshirts and stuff. One thing to note though, and it's not a knock on this state park whatsoever, because this place has been pretty awesome, but you are kind of close to a lot of roads that are pretty active at all hours. So if you're a really light sleeper, bring some earplugs or some white noise machines or something, because you're gonna hear traffic from a distance. You're out here in East Texas, but you're kind of close to Louisiana too, so there's just a lot of cars that are kind of going back and forth. So just something to keep in mind. But I'm gonna get bundled up a little bit more and start getting everything taken down for the day. Thanks for coming along with me as I ventured out to Caddo Lake State Park. Until next time, grab your backpack, put on your hiking shoes, and let's go on another adventure. This is the Texas Trailhead.